Bodies Podcast, WATP.
Fleece Johnson is an interesting character. Spent a lot of time in prison, decades. I think his first stint started in 1979. Mm-hmm. And he's out. He's a free man. And he's ready to tell the tales. I'm going to start off with a clip from this, and then we'll dig into, if you're not familiar with who Fleece Johnson is, we'll get you familiar very quickly. But this is him talking about what it was like to be in prison and for his entire adult life.
You know, I mean, they lock us up, throw us in these penitentiaries, and create laws where a man can't touch a woman and a woman can't touch a man, and give us all this time and expect us to come out normal. It don't happen like that, man. We go into these places, and like I said, our nuts, man, when our nuts get heavy, we want to do it. You know, we want something, man.
So this guy's nuts were getting heavy in prison, and you got to do something. There's no women around. That's a bummer. I mean, I guess you could jerk off, I guess, but there's probably better options than that, I would imagine. So the reason why Fleece Johnson is well known is because there was a special done by MSNBC probably in the 90s, maybe early aughts. I would imagine this is from.
I couldn't figure out exactly when it was, but it was about that time.
A long time ago, because Fleece Johnson looks very different, and he turned out to be quite the character when they interviewed him for the special about being in federal prison.
But when Lockup visited Kentucky State...
Oh, actually, yeah, this is Kentucky State. This is not federal. And the show's called Lockup.
Penitentiary, we met Fleece Johnson, a longtime inmate who practices a very different kind of homosexuality.
But we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one
What do they mean a different kind of homosexuality?
I don't know. I don't know what the segue was coming from. That's a good question.
I mean, I feel like there's two kinds of homosexuality. There's man on man, which involves fucking butts, and then there's woman on woman,
which is all scissoring, as we know. Yep.
Scissoring, yeah. So unless the segment before was about a lesbian prison, it's not. It's like kind of the type of homosexuality you'd expect.
Yeah, it seems like it, but I don't know. Let's let him describe it for us.
All of them's horny, all of them got sexual desires. So what are they gonna do? You won't let them have a woman. They gonna have each of somebody's gonna have to give us some booty, and it's just that simple.
The most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary, and he went on about it and on about it.
In this prison, booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt.
Maybe he's saying it's a different type of booty.
Treasure.
Yeah, because I've heard of booty before. I didn't know it was a man's butt. Now I'm embarrassed that I was interested in it.
It was more fun. I'm sorry. It was more booty, having some booty was more important than drinking water, man.
Probably not.
I like booty.
Johnson to tell our crew how he used to satisfy his sexual desires, especially during the 1970s and 80s, when he was most active and prison security was more lax.
When I see one, and he looks good to me, when I go see him, I say, you come here. I say, I'm telling you what, I like you, and I want you. And we can do it the easy way or the hard way.
Oh, that's terrifying.
So the choice is yours, right?
That is terrifying.
And it was always yes.
Yeah, it's always yes. All right. The hard way sounds hard. Can we do it the soft way?
And also had a warning for the new generation of inmates. They might be asking for trouble from old-timers.
Oh, this is funny.
They got this thing where they sag their pants past their butt. it's a style. They call it some sort of gangster style. You know, it's sexy to us, right? And see, but they weren't prepared for this, right? So you sag your pants in her, man, somebody be up in your butt, you know, and it just that simple.
This guy and Cosby should have gotten together to talk about this. It would have been a more effective message, I think, than just Bill Cosby telling people to pull their pants up.
Yeah.
So this guy is known as the booty warrior, Fleece Johnson. And as a lot of people who are watching and listening probably already know, from that appearance on MSNBC, he became a character on the show The Boondocks. And quite a colorful character in that. Here's a clip of the two kids. I don't watch the show. I don't know their names, but the two kids from the show are part of like a Scared Straight program.
Scared Stiff.
Scared Stiff.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're, seeing the inmates. The inmates are talking about what it's like to be in prison.
When you go to prison, the most important thing in your life is going to be booty.
Yeah, I better listen to it.
A man's butt. Booty, getting some booty, is more important than eating food. It's more important than drinking water. If I see a man I like, I tell him like this here. I like you. He like you. And I want you. And he wants you. Now, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours. What you want, Tom? What's it going to be? I asked you a question, Tom. I can't hear you, Tom. I don't want to answer. Excuse me, I didn't hear you, Tom. I said I don't want to answer. I don't want to do this anymore. Sound like to me you wanted the hard way. Calm down. Now we taking over the prison, so back up. You can't have my booty.
So anyway, fun character they created that was based on a true person, Fleece Johnson. And so this is how we've come to know this man. And now he's being interviewed on this show. And Tab, you checked out a couple of different episodes. And I think that you're finding this person quite fascinating.
Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole on this guy, like reading about the Boondocks stuff. He is. I want to watch more of his videos because he just like talks about stuff in such a weird way for being a 60-year-old man who spent 45 years behind in prison bars fucking other men in the ass.
Yeah.
So the episode that I picked, it came out like a day ago, 2 days ago now. And this is a gay man, right?
He does claim that he's gay, but then at the same time, he talks about how it's ungodly and God doesn't want that. And
yeah,
but I think he's out now. I
watched that I pulled clips from. He goes into a whole thing about about gayness, and it was fascinating. You've got my clip, Biblical Gayness. This is the way he kind of starts out, laying out where gayness started, I guess.
Okay.
Way back in the biblical days, there was a situation where they had cities, whole cities. Cities like New York, Chicago, California. They had whole cities.
Oh no.
That was gay.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
It's like he has the tenuous grasp of like what the biblical stories are, but then he also only kind of understands the modern world. So
right.
New York and Chicago back in biblical times, like literally didn't fucking exist.
Well, a better example would have been San Francisco. If he wants to talk about gay things, like, no, those exist today too, buddy. Not just biblical times.
So he goes on to talk about, that God removed those from the earth, but then they came back. And I think that's my clip, Source of Gayness.
Okay. I like the idea that God's just like, whoa, there's a whole gay city over here? Guys, everyone's got to go.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Not on my watch.
Actually, he gives you a warning about being in these cities. I think it's Make You Gay is the clip.
Okay.
And if you was a man and you walked through this city, they was gonna chase you down and make you gay.
So
that's what he was doing in prison.
Right.
He was chasing people down and making them gay.
Correct. So
now he's railing against it.
It's very interesting because I didn't think you could make people gay. I always thought that was one of those things that like people who are anti-gay or like, oh, they're going to make us gay. It's like, well, you can't do that. People are either gay or they're not gay. But this guy tends to think that like prison either makes you gay or that just like everyone who goes to prison is gay.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think he says, I might have a clip on here somewhere at some point. He says like 80 to 90% of the people in prison are gay. Well, they just don't fight back, I think is really what the stat is. But okay.
The episode you watched, he talks about like whining and dining a person in prison to convince them to. Did you pull any of that?
I sure did. You want to hear some of that?
Yeah, that was crazy shit.
Yeah, because, as you heard in that clip, he's just like, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. He has his way. He's going to get it done. But then apparently there's also a little thing called romance.
After a while, they actually romance people out of their butt. It's like, romance, actual wine and dance, got somebody.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How do you wine and dine somebody in prison?
Great question.
That is an excellent question.
I appreciate that follow-up question right there. So he goes on to explain, like, you'll go and wash their food dish for them, or you'll get them things, and then they have like a billiards hall, and you'll let them beat you at pool and shit like that. Yeah. And actually, he goes on to talk about like these relationships develop over time, and then you're on the basketball court, and maybe you're playing pretty close defense.
And then next thing you know, you playing basketball together, and you rubbing on it. He backs up, said, "Damn, you got a hell of a jump shot." Said, "I told you, yeah."
You said that to
I
all the
can't
prisoners.
stop you. Anybody could have stopped him. But you got to make him think he's a superstar and all this shit. Damn, you play like LeBron. All that. And
how the fuck does he know who LeBron is?
So next thing you know,
I have TV in there.
y'all
they do, yeah.
got your arms around him. Hey, look, that was a hell of a game. And you walk with your arms around him, getting him used to that now.
So he's talking about how he just like has these little gestures, and over time, the guys are more and more comfortable to the point where now he's taking potato chips and feeding the guy. This is before the gay sex happens. This is all part of the courtship that's going on.
So here's when you know
Hey, can I fuck you in the ass? Well, you did feed me a few lays, so
Yeah, I really do like sour cream and onion, so yes.
So here's when you know you really got him. You walk in the loop, you got his favorite chips in this hand. You got your arms around his neck. You put the chips like that and then feed some in his mouth, and when he tastes it,
Shut up, Fleece.
then it's over, man.
Shut up.
Feed him, man. Put it in his mouth, bro.
I love this guy. He's like, get the fuck out of here. That's not happening.
I've been taking broads to steakhouses like a sucker.
Yeah. Just take him playing basketball and then give him some potato chips.
Yeah, you got a hell of a jump shot.
No, you just tell him, do you want this the easy way or the hard way?
Yeah, that might also work. All right, one more clip in this series, because then he gets into, once the gay sex starts, there's some dirty talk that's unique, I would say. We've all, had the dirty talk while we're with our partner, but I don't think it ever goes like this.
And you say, "Hey, I want you to repeat after me. I feel it." Say it, baby. He said, "I feel it." Say it more feminine. "Oh, I feel it." Come on, baby. "Oh, I feel." Oh, come on now. You still got a little bit too masculinity.
He's getting really into it. If you're not watching the video, he's getting really into it.
He's thinking some
And
thoughts.
you pump some more in it. Say, now repeat after me. I feel it. "Oh, I feel it." "Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. I know you feel it. And tell me, what do you feel?" You're making him say it. I feel you in me. What do you feel in you? Your big, cock.
He seemed a little shy about that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to get too crass here, but it's my cock that's in the guy's ass, just so you know, in case you're not following the story.
Oh.
This guy also claims to be so well respected, and he's got a crazy story that I'll get to in a little bit. I want us all like him first. But he says he was so well respected. So here he is banging all the guys, he's got all the boyfriends, and claims that there's nothing he could do that would lose people's respect.
I can kneel down and eat a pile of duty and still get respect.
Would you? Why would you come up with that example?
I don't think I have a drop for that.
You know, eat a pile of duty drop?
I do now.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
It's not great. All right, Tab, where are we going next, buddy?
So speaking of his like weird, he has like a weird narcissist lean a little bit. So my clip, King of Louisville, the episode I watched, there was a shooting at a club that's kind of near them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going on and on about how he knows everything that's going on. He knows all the people involved, and and trying to like give advice to the people. But then he talks about, he goes into that he's kind of out of the gangster game. But if he wanted to be, he's 60 years old. He spent the entirety of his adult life behind prison bars. But if he wanted to, he could be running the city. King of Louisville.
I believe that.
I'm out here in the streets.
Drinking my Canada Dry.
Making it. At any time, let me tell you young people heard this in Louisville. At any time, right now, if I wanted to take the streets of Louisville, there's nothing in Louisville that can stop me but the police department. They would have to be consolidated with the FBI and a whole lot of other agencies to shut me down. Street-wise, ain't nobody in the street of Louisville can stop me, man. If I wanted to take Louisville over, I could take Louisville over, but I'm not on it. The gangster stuff, after 40 years in prison, I'm done.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah,
that's probably a good idea.
That's probably a wise choice.
Yeah, like stay out of crime for a little bit. Well, I got some good news for him, though. If he's worried about the FBI, they are very busy right now with a puppet and a Jewish comedian who used to be on Howard Stern. So have at it.
And so, like he said, he's out of the gangster business. He's 60 years old. This guy is definitely a boomer. And so I was so happy when he gave us the greatest boomer quote on gayness. Clip Adam and Eve. I think we all know where this is going.
He created a man for a woman, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And so the devil stepped in. He wants to take
your butts,
Eve, and make her Steve. It's Adam and Steve instead of Adam and Eve.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it, man.
I know. Holy shit! This is very anti-pride. I have to tell you.
That was what was so surprising me about this episode, because I was like, you are a gay man, though. Like I think in your episode he says that he had over 60 sexual relationships with men in prison.
How many men did you have in there?
Man, I lost count.
Yeah.
How about that? No, seriously. You could say more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, more than that. More than 8, 9, 10. Yeah, more. 15, 20. Try a little more. 30, 40. More. And
is he getting paid by the word?
In my 40-year experience, yeah, I say about 60. But, you know.
I lost track. It's 60.
About 60.
Yeah, easy.
You know who didn't lose count? The state of Kentucky, who charged him with 147 counts of across his term in prison of sexual misconduct with other prisoners and also guards.
Oh, damn.
This guy was getting in guards' butts.
Guards were getting it out of the act, too.
Yeah. I think willfully, but...
Well, I was going to say, that's probably the hard way, I would imagine. But no, according to him, they were all excited about it. Everyone was gay.
I mean, you got nothing but... I mean, you're in a place where 80, 90% of them is gay. And gay sex was big in prison when I went in. It was big. Everybody was getting into it.
Sounds like a blast.
Well, yeah, for this guy... I mean, I've heard gay cruises didn't go this well, you know? This guy's having a blast.
The people with the big arms and the big chests way out here, with the beards and mustaches, they had the big dreadlocks. Gay.
I always thought it was kind of gay myself.
I don't think so. I think it's cool. Of course. Right? Rastafarians rule in my book. I would never call any of them gay. Tab, one more clip and then let me know where you want to go. But I just want to play this because now that he's a free man, it must be tough. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more difficult to have gay sex than it was when he was in prison surrounded by nothing but men, especially gay sex with straight men. And he was in Walmart recently.
Oh, I'm glad you pulled this.
Oh, God, I love this.
This is
I got one big question when we're done.
This is crazy.
I checked myself the other day. I was at Walmart, and it's. I heard something hit the floor. You know, in the stores, people drop items on the floor. Sometimes most times they let it just sit there and go on. I seen this man bend over and pick that up off the ground, and his pants went down when he bent over. And you can see about that much of his crack.
Okay, talk slower.
I turned and looked away, but when I looked down, I was hard, man.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what? I just like booty, man. I mean.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I like that he had to look down to figure out that he was hard.
Whoa, what the fuck?
What?
That was my
Like
question.
he whacked it on the aisle as he turned around. What?
The guy's a storyteller, all right? You guys just don't understand. Now, I have to tell you, after hearing that story, next time I drop an item at a store, I'm not buying that item. No longer purchasing that item. Yep, that stays right there.
Keep moving.
Holy shit. Can you imagine being this guy who bent over, showed a little bit of his plumber's crack, not knowing the guy behind you fucked 60 guys in prison over the last 5 decades? It's terrifying.
That's like one of those moments that you never learn about, how you almost died.
Mm-hmm.
I almost died, like took 2 steps out, and then the train passed behind me, and that guy almost got anally raped.
He almost did.
What can't you do at Walmart?
But here's my question: why wouldn't he want to go back to prison?
Well, right.
That's like his best life.
Yeah,
right
he's
there.
painted it as such a part. He talks about these gay cities.
Yeah,
that's the gayest city of all.
the gayest city there is. It's the gayest city in Kentucky, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I want to go back and watch more of his stuff because I'm really curious how he has transitioned from being like a huge homosexual in prison to now railing against homosexuality in a way in the stuff that's most recent. But source of gayness, he tells us where gayness comes from, which is educational.
Now I'm gonna explain this to you. Gay people, the devil's been attacking them since they was babies, man. He tried to turn them out as babies.
So that explains why Satan is gay in South Park. This is making a lot of sense now. I always thought that was just a silly thing they were doing.
No.
But that really is.
They did the science and figured out where the gayness was coming from. I guess maybe he found religion late in prison. This is what I want to find out more of the story.
Yeah.
He's got this book. He's written a book, which is astonishing because I'm honestly shocked the guy can fucking read.
Well, I doubt he wrote it. He probably had something. He probably just dictated to someone.
Yeah. He also has some narrow-minded views on trans people. My clip on trans. Yeah.
Come on,
it's gonna be shocking.
Come on, that can't be true. I'm not buying it.
It's a deception. That's what the devil do. The devil got men thinking they ladies now. I mean, you got men that can look at their body every day. When they gotta pee, pull that thing out and pee. That's evidence that you a man.
Yeah.
Undisputed evidence. But the devil got it in their mind. Tuck it. Tuck it between your legs. Pull your panties out. You a woman. You a woman in a man's body. That's crap.
Don't just tuck it between your legs. Put it up your butt crack like Helga does.
Butt crack. Suck the balls in and put it up your butt crack.
Yeah.
Don't do this halfway bullshit.
If you're not lucky to have what are they? Testicles?
Oh yeah.
Receptive?
I can't remember what the word is.
Retractive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tractable.
Receptive.
Yeah. It is. He is right about that though. If you pull out your penis when you go to pee, chances are you're a dude.
Yeah,
That is extremely
Exhibit A.
I haven't seen a lot of girls do that. You know what I mean? So, all right. Let's make it some points.
So I brought in video clips. I don't normally bring in video clips, but I brought in video clips because I thought it was very important to see that this series is just, it's him against a background. In the more recent ones, he has this Hustler Spirit banner up to advertise their book and their channel and all this. But in yours, which was just a couple months ago, and even before that, there's just like a blank wall behind them.
Right.
And then he has the guy interviewing him, but not really asking questions, just kind of letting him ramble on. Mm-hmm. And then every so often he'll be like, "Oh, what about this thing?" Who's, I guess, behind the camera and louder than Fleece Johnson. So their production values are really, really bizarre. So I have this. This is a long clip.
It's not great.
It's called Hollywood. Okay. But I didn't. I guess they're sharing a space with a band of some sort that starts band practice in the middle of him talking about who runs Hollywood.
Oh no!
Now in Hollywood in modern days, we got Hollywood where people are made into stars, superstars. Household names. The devil is real careful about that. He makes sure that
it kind of fits.
The people that run
He's just gonna
the place,
push right through it, huh?
the controllers, they control who will be a star.
Oh my God, this is the same band that's next to our band.
Yeah, no shit.
God damn it. Why does this band have a space next to everyone's shit?
Who will be
They're so bad.
I don't care about how good your acting talents are. If you're not willing to go along with the gay program.
Can I just say real quick, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little annoyed by hearing this in the background, but if he talks to me about what prison was like in the 80s, I'm listening. If he's telling me what Hollywood's up to, I don't think he knows. I don't think he has any experience in this at all. No.
Yeah, does that fall under business talk, like on the banner there?
I was going to point that out. The business underneath Hustler Spirit. It's urban legends,
prison stories,
and business talk.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Everyone's an entrepreneur on this.
They kicked you out of Hollywood. And a lot of them people up in Hollywood that became superstars and celebrities, household names, gave up butt, gave up head to people of the same sex to get where they at.
Yeah, we
you
know
heard
what,
it here first.
We know what P. Diddy's up to, buddy. I know. Yes, correct.
So he goes on for a little bit longer in this, and the band, if you're not watching the video, he's leaning forward. Like they can obviously hear this band is bleeding through a wall that must be
talking louder to talk over it.
Yeah, and Fleece doesn't bat an eye.
I know.
So this has either happened before or he's like, finally, a music bed.
Yeah.
So he finishes this, and then it cuts, and he doesn't have his hat on, and it's silent. So my guess is, they turned off because the band started playing. And then he starts talking about something else. I didn't pull any clips from the last part of the show because I think he was talking about a radio station in Louisville. It was not interesting. But he gets about 2 minutes into that, and they start playing another fucking song. And it's like, all right, it's time to stop recording for the day, please.
Right. Or yell "shut up" or something. Acknowledge it. I just need them to acknowledge this is happening. That's what's so frustrating about it.
Oh, they acknowledge it in the comments. In the comments, people are like, "Are you kidding with this fucking noise?" And it's all Fleece doesn't do it in the comments. It's all the other guy behind the camera, Lil Don or something, and he's like, "Yeah, it's embarrassing, but we felt the message was too important. Like the message that they're giving up butt in Hollywood, that is so important. You couldn't do a take two later in the afternoon or something.
You were going to forget that? What were we talking about again? I don't know. All right, fuck it. It's lost. Oh, wow.
Early in the episode, a train horn went off for like 30 seconds, and I thought that was funny, but then I didn't go back and clip it after I heard this band just start fucking wailing away on the other side of the wall.
All right, so he tells a story at the end of this episode that I was checking out, and it is nuts. It's not a story about gay sex. We'll change things up a little bit here on WATP. I'm sure we'll get back to gay sex momentarily. We always do. But starting off, So this guard yelled something at Fleece 3 years prior to this incident.
Called him a rat.
He called him a rat.
Yeah.
And it's the worst thing you can accuse someone of in prison because snitches get stitches. You can't be a rat. And Fleece is not a rat. And so he was like, that's fucked up. And he never forgot it. And he explains that he was up for parole. He was actually going to get released from prison. But he would rather get revenge on this prison guard than get out of prison.
I took a 3-gallon bucket of bleach. 3 gallons. Thick plastic bucket.
Is that the one you threw in his face?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought it for 3 hours and threw it in his face, and here's what got me. I'm ready to die. People telling me, hey man, go home, man. I said, I'm gonna get it, and I got it. They say they're gonna kill you. I tied my door with a sock where the door wasn't shut. I tied a sock around the bars and the door in a knot. So my door ain't gonna shut now. It'll just go like that. So I got 2 knives on me. I'm waiting. I tell myself, I say, they're gonna kill me, but I'm gonna take a couple with me. And I was just sitting there calculating when I swing where to aim at. I ain't gonna aim at the stomach or the chest because they wear them vests and stuff when they ride for you.
With them bulletproof vests?
Yeah, they got all
protective
that
gear.
Yeah,
Okay.
protective gear with the helmets and stuff. I said, I gotta go for the throat.
All right, so he chucks, I don't know why you need 3 gallons of bleach. I think a gallon would do, but he chucks 3 gallons of bleach into the guard's face.
Boiling bleach.
Boiling bleach, he added other ingredients to it. It seems quite acidic, the way he described it. And then he runs back into his room, assuming that they're going to come in and murder him for doing this. But he's ready. He's armed. He's got his knives. He's like, they're going to kill me. I don't care. I'm going to take a couple of those motherfuckers with me because this guy called me a rat. But they didn't actually send guys in to get him. They sent dogs to go get him.
And they were fighting in the cell. And 2 dogs went up and
They're fighting each other?
Yeah.
Now, this guy can tell a fucking story right there. He's doing the impression of the 2 dogs fighting to go get him. So apparently he's got his mattress up and he's trying to guard himself from these dogs. And then, and I was hoping it wouldn't go to this, he stabs the dogs. And this is where, like, at first I was terrified of him. I thought when he was talking about how he's the booty man and the booty warrior, I'm like, this is terrifying. But then it started getting fun and silly. We're all having, there's romance involved, feeding chips to each other.
Bleach.
Yeah, it's cute. But then, now there's dogs being sent to him and he's got knives.
The guard holler, he got a weapon. He got, he got weapons, all that cussing and stuff. And so I stabbed the other dog. I got him real good.
No.
That one died. I think both of them died. I know for a fact one of them that was in my cell, he died for real because I grabbed his tail and drug him out. And the guards were down at the other end of the hall. So I reached down and grabbed his fur and then grabbed down there by his butt. And a big handful of gripped it real tight.
Even with dogs,
and threw it. Flung him through the head, take his little puppy. I said, here's your chihuahua.
Jesus Christ. So he's losing points with me right now. He's talking about cruelty to animals and insulting the dog, calling it a chihuahua. That's not cool.
Not cool.
Dogs do not like that.
Dead at that point, so it's kind of a moot point, I'd say.
Well, yeah, but the other dog can hear it, and he's probably giggling like, yeah, pussy dog. So that's not cool. And this is nuts, because now he's got the other dog, and the other dog is down.
And kicked his head about 5 or 6 times on the floor. I said, look.
God.
I said, your little puppy ain't biting no more. I think you're going to have to get him some teeth. And I kicked him in the mouth about 5 times, the dog, right?
Jesus. I mean, do you not know about Michael Vick? Like, this is not what people want to hear. It's not a good story that's going on right now.
No, it's
awful.
It's a pretty awful story. The whole thing is insane because, like you said, he was up for parole. They were just trying to find him a halfway house.
Yep.
Like he was gonna be free, and then they added, I don't know if he said it in a clip that you have later, but I think they added like 10 or 15 years to his sentence.
15 years to his sentence for this, because he went before the judges pled guilty. They're like, oh really? He's like, oh yeah, I'll do it again too.
Yeah.
No contest.
But the guard needed like skin grafts. He was in the hospital for 18 months.
Yeah, so this is what I wanted to say. I was going to pull this clip, and I'm like, wow, I do a comedy show. What am I doing? So he goes on to explain that the guard's face basically melted off. He's like, yeah, I watched his lip hit the ground. I'm like, okay, that's horrific. This is awful. And so after this crazy story, where I lost a little respect for this guy, if he was eating doo-doo, I'd have even less respect for him. Oh, apparently he was throwing his shit at people, too, in prison.
Yeah. There was, at some point, they mentioned something about a duty war.
A duty war, yeah. He said duty war, and then they didn't elaborate on it. I'm like, I want to hear more about the duty war.
This is exactly why I'm digging into the rest of this guy's fucking psychotic ramblings.
Please send me what you find, because we'll revisit it. But this is the guy who's interviewing him after he tells the story, goes, well, this is fucking nuts. Like, you're crazy then, right?
Get you some crazy help.
So you know you crazy?
No, I know I ain't. But I'm saying...
Well, you don't think you crazy?
No.
Man, you are.
Crazy about
way.
Man, you... Fleece.
No way.
Fleece.
No, this is what I call crazy. This is why I said no way.
All right.
Crazy to me is somebody that can't stop doing what they do.
Like
that is crazy. Now that's crazy. Like for instance,
you was great to get out of prison.
Well, I'm just saying I'm out of prison right now.
No. I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about back then.
Yeah. You was crazy back then. Is what you saying?
I didn't see it as crazy though. I didn't.
I don't think crazy people see it.
No, they do not. They the worst is. Most crazy people would say they ain't crazy.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. I'm glad we all came to the same conclusion there. You know you're crazy, right? No, I'm definitely not crazy. But crazy people don't think they're crazy. That's true. That's very true. All right, I guess you got me with that math equation. Good job. Tab, what else do you want to hit before we move on?
If we're ready to wrap this up, I think so it's June 29th. We got one more day left in Pride Month, and then we can go back to being homophobes like we have always been.
Correct.
And so I think I want to close out Pride Month with Fleece's message to the gays.
I'm gonna send this out to the gays.
This drummer sucks.
What people don't like about gay people is not the fact that they gay, but the fact that they want to make everybody else gay.
Okay.
Yeah, by raping them in the ass in prison.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they're trying to do, Fleece.
I don't think a lot of gay people are trying to make everyone else gay except for Kevin Spacey and Fleece Johnson. I think are the two people are trying to make straight people gay. Can we end on something that doesn't have a horrible drum fill in the background, Tab? Are there any other clips on here that are worth looking at?
What do you feel about? How do you feel about the movie? Let me look at my clips again.
Scarface. Yeah.
Actually, no. Let's do Government is Gangsta. This is one of the he was talking about what real gangsters are and whatnot, and then he said something that I was like, I'm 100% on board with this, Fleece. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Describing the government.
They don't understand what a gangster is and what it is to be a gangster. I'm telling you what a gangster is. Your government. They gangster. Making everybody pay money on taxes, taxing everybody on this and that, having the power to put you where they want to put you.
It's a shakedown.
To
Fuck
design
yeah, please.
the type of life you're going to live, to put up prisons, to do this. These is gangsters, man.
You're damn right, Fleece.
Fuck
I'm tired
yeah.
of fucking paying taxes to these gangsters. This is bullshit.
All
That's
right.
extortion. It's
All right,
protection
Fleece,
money.
I'll let you suck my dick. You're making some good points. God damn it. That's awesome. Can I show you how this episode I watched ended? This is literally how the show.
They all just end. He's just like, all right, I'm done, and then they turn the camera off.
Yeah, it's like this.
You know, as long as the doctor in there is saying he's still crazy, he's never getting out.
But they never dealt with you the right way, even when you was a kid, so they never caught on to that point.
No. I gotta use the bathroom, though. And I'm gonna have to come back, okay?
That's it.
All
right.
They start much the same way, too, where they're like in the middle of a conversation and they're just like, boop, okay, now we're recording.
I mean, yeah, you could just stop the tape and we'll wait for you to come back from the bathroom. But apparently he was done telling stories for that day, which is fine. Enough storytelling for one day. I'm fine with that. But
most of the videos are one take. It's just like they hit record. He starts talking. He talks for 30 minutes to an hour, and then that's it. The video I watched, there were 2 edits, and I was like, what the hell is happening?
Oh, they're starting to get slick, huh? Except for with the band, I guess they couldn't.
I watched his like the first one after he got out of prison, but the audio was so bad that I didn't want to bring it in because it's a podcast and that would be rude to the listeners.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I mean, most of this stuff can be fixed with AI these days. You could probably take that entire band out of the audio mix if you wanted to, but that's all right. Yeah, you know,
isolate the drums, send it to the drummer, be like,
God,
take up another instrument.
For shame. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Who are these podcasts?